Hi friends, welcome to my video tutorial today. I will be doing an introduction to map and scales. So this will be covered, or this will be relevant for you for those in Sec 2 in 2016. All right. So before we begin, first things first that we need to know about map and scales are your conversions. Okay. What kind of conversions? These are the ones that we need to know. From 1 cm is equivalent to how many millimeters? 1 meters is equivalent to how many centimeters? 1 kilometers is to how many meters? And the most important conversion is 1 kilometers is to how many centimeters? So let's do this together. 1 cm, as we know, from you can see from your ruler, yeah? 1 cm is 10 millimeters, 1 meters is 100 centimeters, 1 kilometers is 1000 meters, and as mentioned earlier, 1 kilometers is 100,000 centimeters. Okay, so these four conversions we have to know. Okay, but the most important one is this, the kilometers to centimeters conversion. Okay, so the second part that we have to understand is this term called 1 is to n. You are going to see this 1 is to n very frequently in your textbook, in your questions. Okay, anytime they mention this simply means, okay, this simply means 1 cm on the map. Okay, 1 cm, 1 cm on the map is equivalent to a certain centimeters in actual distance. Okay, so this n can be any number. It can be 1000, it can be 100,000, it can be 200,000 or 15,000 or anything. Okay, but we have to understand that the units for these two numbers are centimeters. Okay, and this represents 1 cm on your map, and the actual distance is represented by this number. Okay, so after understanding this 1 is to n, I'm going to tell you that you are going to have 4 different scales. Okay, we are going to find out how to obtain your 4 different scales given this example. Let's say you are given a map is drawn to a scale of 1 is to 200,000. Okay, so this is like in the form of 1 is to n. This is your 1, this is your n. So this simply means 1 cm is the same as 200,000 cm on your actual distance. So let us convert this. So your first scale is this one. 1 cm on your map is equivalent to how many kilometers? So 200,000 is equivalent to 2 kilometers. So as long as you get to measure 1 cm on your map, the actual distance is 2 kilometers. Let's say you measured a basketball field, or if you measure a certain road on your map and it measures 1 cm, it means that particular road is 2 kilometers in actual space. Okay? So your second scale is obtained from this working, but we're now going to turn this scale around, which means 2 kilometers is now 1 centimeters. Okay, from here, from this scale, we are just going to flip. 2 kilometers is 1 centimeters. Let us find out what is 1 kilometers equivalent to in centimeters. So if you do your calculation, 1 kilometers is equals to 0.5 cm. Okay, so this is your scale number 2. So let's say, and you will get this kind of situation as well, where they said the distance between these two towns or these two villages are 1 kilometer. So on your map, you should be able to measure, or you should get 0.5 centimeters. Okay, so these two cm to kilometers and kilometers to cm are called your linear scale. Okay, these two are called your linear scale. So each time you need to measure linear distance, the length or whatsoever, you use these two scale. Okay. The other two equations or the other two conversion scales is obtained from equation 1, your scale 1 and scale 2. But let me just show you an example, okay? This is the first situation. This is for scale number 1. Let's say I have a square here, okay? And this square measures 1 centimeters, and this will also be 1 centimeters. As we have learned, the area of a square is 1 centimeters multiplied by 1 centimeters equals to 1 square cm. Okay, so we have got this. This is the area in terms of centimeters. As we know, the scale here is 1 cm is to 2 kilometers. Therefore, I can say that this distance is also 2 kilometers in actual space. This is also 2 kilometers, right? So if I want to get the area of this same square in kilometers, it will be 2 kilometers multiplied by 2 kilometers, right? So I have 4 square kilometers. We are still talking about the same square. Therefore, your scale number 3 is basically 1 square cm is the same as 4 square kilometers. So this is talking about area now. Okay? So anytime that they mention the area of a football field is 1 square cm, then it means the actual area of the field is 4 square kilometers. Okay? I hope you guys can understand this. So another situation is for scale number 4. Okay, scale number 4 is obtained from this scale number 2. Basically, if we understand from scale 1 and scale 3, 1 cm, when you square it, you get 1 square cm. Okay, 2 kilometers, if you square it, you get 4 square kilometers. So therefore, for scale number 2, to get your scale number 4, basically you square these two numbers to get their equivalent scale. That means 1 square kilometers is the same as 0.5 multiplied by 0.5 is 0.25 square centimeters. So let's say they mentioned that the area of this estate or the area of this farm is 1 square kilometers. That means on the map, the area of that farm is 0.25 square kilometers. Okay, so this is the introduction on map and scales. Following this tutorial, I will go through 2 examples where I picked from an assessment book. So you will get to understand how are we going to use all this information, how are we going to answer those questions. Okay, so I hope if you do not understand, you can go through this video again, listen to it again, and yes, I will see you at our next tutorial.